Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to BSV TV. I'm your host Satoshi, and on this show we'll be defending the one and only, truly genuine Bitcoin. The Bitcoin that Satoshi Nakamoto designed in his white paper as a peer-to-peer electronic cash system for the world. Let's get the disclaimers out of the way. So all the statements that you hear on this show are opinion and must only ever be taken as opinion. They are never to be taken as any form of advice, family, financial, sexual or otherwise. And on that note, let's sit back, relax, have some fun and enjoy the show. Get paid for your content in Bitcoin and set your own fee on Streamanity.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I wasn't asked why I'm convinced. Craig is Satoshi. I posted on Reddit. He signed in my presence using the private key from block number one, the very first mined Bitcoin block, on a computer that I'm convinced had not been tampered with, on software I'm convinced that had not been tampered with, a message of my choosing.
At InChain, we've just funded a number of universities doing, so far, a test up to 1 gigabyte because it validates what we've already done independently. We've tested up to 380 gigabyte blocks. We've tested 1 million transactions a second and transaction sizes up to 20 megabytes. Super complex scripts, basically ones that can run operating systems. That's basically all of global commerce times about 50. On top of that, we can have complex scripts. On top of that, we can scale each of those transactions 1,000 times, which effectively means about 1 billion transactions per second, which means we can then have all derivatives, all complex trades. That means high frequency trading. It means everything that happens globally.
Is the market that effectively BSV is going for, is that global e-commerce, which is currently valued at $29 trillion?
No, that's too small.
Buy and sell Bitcoin instantly at bsvgravity.com. Oh, hello everybody. I just cut off that advert there because I just shot my load a little bit too early. But never mind. Let's crack on with this. Let's see who's been my. Oh, are we gonna see an entire column without Binance listed? We've got Tal. What's this? Solomining.io. That's a new one. Tal, Huobi Unknown, Hathor, Tal, Hathor, Dutch Mining. Ooh, via BTC. Oh, come on. There's no Binance. Oh, yes. Look at that. Not a single mention of Binance having mined Bitcoin at all on this entire column. Ah, that is a result. That is a result and a half. Fantastic. All right, made my day. And all right, let's have a look at Bitcoin. All right, I mean, looking evenly proportioned here. Oh, Tau has taken over from Hathor. Is that because there have been more blocks with more data in? Wow, yeah. Look at the amount of data going through the chain. Look at this. So Hathor is just simply gobbling up the empty blocks. But look at this. I mean, look at the amount of data going through here. 4,000 kilobytes, 4,000, 2,000, 2,000, 7,000, 8,000, 1,000, 3,000, 15,000, 6,000, 5,000, 10,000, 7,000, 4,000, 2,000, 10,000. That's why the Hathor hash rate has gone down. I mean, that's pretty spectacular. I mean, look at the amount of data that's been that's going through the network in comparison to Bcrash. Has Bcrash got any blocks with more than 1,000 kilobytes in it? Any block at all? Let's see if we can see the highest block here. Right, so we've got BTC.com have mined a Bcrash block with just like 248 kilobytes of data in the block. Oh, we got one down here. Antpool mined 395. Oh, Binance 455. I mean, these are absolutely pathetic. 460 SBI Crypto. Do I see any others there? I mean, literally, like the amount of data on that chain is just absolutely nothing. It's like dust. Shocking. And then even like, Coolcoin, it's still only like, 1,000 kilobytes. You know, and that's all it is in each block. I mean, look at this. This is absolutely phenomenal. This is growth in utility. Data usage on chain is what we're looking at. And again, shitcoiners wouldn't have an effing clue what we're looking at. They just don't appreciate it at all. You know, shitcoiners, shit for brains. There's literally all I can say on that one. Yeah, I mean, good to see Binance completely off the chain. Look, no mention of Binance at all. At all. Because look at the data in the blocks. Binance and all these other shitcoin enterprises do not like mining large amounts of data. I mean, Binance on CoreCoin, again, I mean, it's all like, you know, 1,000 kilobytes, and that's it. 1,000 kilobytes, 1,000 kilobytes. So basically anything over 1,000 kilobytes, they don't have the ability to mine. Because they're not bothered about investing in Bitcoin. Whereas look at this. You know, all of these, you know, these blocks. Hathor's gobbling up all the ones. Oh, Solomon Mining somehow picked up a block that had 276 kilobytes in it. But I mean, I mean, Dutch Mining again, mine sort of pretty much an empty block, you know. But I mean, yeah, I mean, these you either mine properly and you process data on Bitcoin and you invest in Bitcoin, or you F off. As I've said before, it's that simple. That's two things, yeah. So that's not only an entire column that's not got Binance in it, but Binance doesn't even get a mention down in the hash rate. Absolutely brilliant. Again, that has made my day. Made my day. See, I love this space. There is something new happening every day. That's why I say we've got to keep our eyes on this. This tells you what's going on. All you need to know is on CoinDance. In fact, I was actually thinking about becoming a supporter, because if you click on like becoming a supporter and then it goes support via BSV, yeah, it says I represent myself. Oh, there we go. Look, so it says here only £18.40 for 1 year. I mean, that's at the bottom row. I mean, I use this every day, so I was just like, should I get my face on there? You know, just as an excuse to scroll down to the bottom. But then I see it's, yeah, they say like donate in BCH. I was just like, well, you know, get lost. And let's see who they've got at the top here. I mean, look, they've got got bitcoin.com. It should be shitcoin, bcrash.com. You know, casinos, BC Gaming, Coin Cola. I mean, like, you know, they should know better. I mean, is it worth getting my face down there for 18 quid for the year? You know, or I'll tell you what, as soon as, yeah, I'll sod it. You know what, when, I've got all these plans of things I'm going to do when Bitcoin reaches $1,200. I shall do it then. That'll be another thing on my hit list. Done and dusted. Let's have a quick look at this shitcoin market. I mean, look at these juicy prices. So we've got CoreCoin that's actually in the green. So, I mean, again, it's just FOMO. People have no clue what's gone on, you know, but like I said, you've got to leave the big dogs, you know, to fight it out. I saw a really interesting metric earlier that showed the number of Bitcoin that was being held on exchanges. And you're thinking, oh, right, well, you know, because they were saying that people are moving their coins off exchanges. So, you know, they're hodling. We'll go over that. We'll touch on that in just a minute. Hodling, because you know, people need to understand what that actually means. It's a political spin brought on by Blockstream because they don't want people to use it. But my point is, you know, it's the miners. You know, these giant miners are the ones who are going to be holding the majority of CoreCoin, and they should have an understanding of Bitcoin by now. That, you know, effectively the price needs to at least double every 4 years in order to counterbalance the block reward halving every 210,000 blocks. So effectively, you know, it's 11-month low. When was this? I mean, when was the last time we actually saw it, you know, this low? So it's kind of around here. So sort of March, you know, it's, yeah, unbelievably spectacular value. You know, when you have an understanding of this thing and you know how much the value truly is, you're just like, actually, a low price does me favors. But you basically, with Bitcoin, you shouldn't actually give a monkeys about price. You just need to go in, you know, what was it? I explained this to somebody else about hodling. Let's just have a quick look at this thread. because some of these posts I put up. Here we go. Oh, we'll go through that in just a second. This is the one. I mean, look at that, 20 likes on this one. Here we go. So I said $149, people. Anyone fancy giving me a loan so I can go in? And Chief Naples has said, how much you need, Tosh? I said, $1 million, please. Like, seriously, I would take it and I would go in with that. Like, I really would. If anybody wants to give me $1 million, at least you know where it's going to go. But anyway, we've got BSV Belgium has said here, obviously, like, panicking about the price. He says, I don't see what's funny about this. All my savings are in BSV. I believe it is the future of digital money. And then he said hodl. So obviously, you know, need to have a few words there. So I said hodl. Seriously, we need to have words. Hodling implies you have no intention of actually using it in the future because you don't understand its utility. The only intention hodlers have is to cash out into dirty dollar at a later date, treating it like a Ponzi scheme. I went on a bit. If you truly understood Bitcoin as a commodity, you would welcome lower prices because it means you get better value for money for the trade you are conducting in exchange for your efforts, as in like goods and services, of which everybody wants better value for money. Hodlers don't produce anything or add value to the economy. Therefore, they don't purchase any more Bitcoin. They only have their hodl, that's meant to be hodl pot. We Bitcoiners work and have income coming in and therefore appreciate lower prices to get better value for our efforts. You know, and they said, why is it that black and white? So I said, using it for saving is investing. Hodling is a one-time purchase and more like a speculative punt with no interest for any understanding of it. This is why Blockstream promote hodling, because they don't want people to use it. It's political spin. That is why we don't use hodl. Hodl literally means, right, it's a one-time purchase. So I'm just going to take a punt on it. I'm not really interested in adding value to it. I'm not really interested in using it. I'm just going to leave it up to everyone else and just see how it goes. I'm not going to contribute in any way, shape or form. That is a hodler. They literally do nothing, you know, like, you know, sort of like one-hit wonders. So I think I've kind of like managed to explain myself there pretty clearly. For those, there was somebody else that said, oh yeah, so Richard Leach, I know he often watches these. He said, yeah, I converted all my BTC for BSV with a palm face, but I said, look, you think that's a bad thing? You wanted to risk holding on for longer. Imagine you held, the BTC network froze, and you could no longer convert. How do you think those people will feel about you you're having converted all of your BTC when they have lost everything? It's like this, you have to win on average. So let's say there are like, 5% of the people who manage to cash out their BTC at just the right time. And now they've got, like more BSV than you've got had you not, because you cashed out before them. That's 5%. What about the other 99% who have lost everything and can no longer cash out, held on to zero? The fact is that, people have a negativity bias. So they're only looking at people that have beaten them. Like, oh, they've got more than me. It's 5%. Deal with it. Like, honestly, like I truly understand what I'm holding on to here. Like, I understand the value of Bitcoin. I know what's going to happen. And all these shitcoiners holding Corecoin, thinking that it's Bitcoin because they have no idea about the implication of SegWit. Absolutely, fundamentally crashed its value to absolute zero. But again, these shitcoiners are like, well, it's how can you say it's got a value of zero when it's $13,000? Price and value are totally different things. Totally different things. And let's have a laugh, and I'll show you what happens when you actually search under Bitcoin in YouTube. Check this out. Patrick Thompson, I do enjoy Patrick's articles. Did BitMEX executive loot over $440 million? I suspect they did. So this one says, BitMEX raises crypto buying limit to £15,000 per week for eager customers. Again, they're saying the demand is there and all that, but, people don't understand what Bitcoin is. They have an idea, because they've been told by Pomplano and all this kind of stuff, about the you know, the basics of it. So again, I mean, they have an understanding of, you know, of what Bitcoin is. They just don't understand, you know, the technicals, you know, and the value of, you know, of what's, you know, the politics of the situation and what's been done to it, you know. So yeah, they're willing to take a punt. They see the governments and these central banks just simply printing, you know, billions and trillions of dollars, literally, and they're just like, look, this cannot be legit. This is absolutely insane. You know, the share prices are going up because people are just, I mean, what are you going to do with this money when you've got it? It's worthless. You know, you're going to try and invest it, but it's the printing of the money that is actually pushing the prices up of these investments. These investments are not liquid. They're not cash. You can't use them. You know, so when you do need cash, people generally tend to sell. And again, that puts downward pressure on assets. So you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. You've got money pumping the price of these assets, but then when people actually need liquidity, you know, they just simply sell the assets. Yeah, they don't want the assets for use. They're just simply, you know, trying to store their money here, trying to keep it safe. You know, I mean, this is why everything is going to flood into Bitcoin, like literally everything. Right, it is time for Ding a Dong, you lovely people. Let's get those hand cash handles and paymails in the chat box. Let's do this. Like Indiana Jones just grabbing his hat. There we go. That's the one. Right, so I need to repeat myself again because I'm going to be editing this later. So, as ever, be aware, take care, stay safe out there. Joy given, same time tomorrow. Catch you guys later. BuyBSV.live, the best place to buy Bitcoin SV online. Get paid for your content in Bitcoin and watch the full episode on Streamanity for just 20 cents. Go to www.satoshi.tv. See the link in the description below. Bitcoin, one world, one chain.
Yeah, one vision.